Hi everyone, I'm Vanessa. I'm from the University of Texas at El Paso, and I'll be presenting what I worked over the summer at Berkeley Lab, which encompassed molecular dynamic simulations of body-centered cubic zirconium. So as a starting point, we were able to verify and compare our experimental values to our computations. So the first set of calculations were done with different lattice parameters that were then fit into the Moynihan equation of state. And the result it gave us was a lattice parameter of 3.52 angstroms, which has a difference of 3% in comparison to the experimental data. So then our next set of calculations focused on optimizing the accuracy of the key points and the cutoff energy. So after these values converged nicely, we were able to set up the molecular dynamics calculations. So we had a structure of 128 atoms in the supercell, and we used two methods for the dynamics. The first one, Carr-Parnello, uses fictitious dynamics and a fictitious electronic mass to keep the electrons in the ground state, and it uses the Berkeley algorithm, which calculates the trajectory by integrating Newton's equations of motion. And our second method, Born-Oppenheimer, calculates self-consistency at every step to keep the electrons in the ground state, which is more costly than the Carr-Parnello calculations. So below you can see the results of both of those data sets. And because BCC zirconium is stable at high temperatures, we had a thermostat at 1500 Kelvin for each of these data sets. And over on the left side, you can see the Carr-Parnello calculations thermalized at a very low temperature, and that's because of the small displacement from the ideal lattice, and the system wasn't able to reach the 1500 Kelvin. And on the right hand side, the Born-Oppenheimer data set was able to reach the high temperatures ranging from 1300 Kelvin to 1700 Kelvin. So one possible use with this data set would be to use the Euclidean covariant neural network, which is a tensor neural network that uses 3D symmetric Euclidean space, and that allows us to be able to use less data to train with. So we were able to train the data set, the model, using energies and forces from the data set, and pictured on the graphs are the loss functions for the energy up top, which minimized well, and the forces at the bottom, which weren't quite there yet. So our point of interest in our future work would be implementing an active learning algorithm to pick the best configuration in our data set and to train our model with that. So that covers all I had to say in this presentation. So thank you for your time.